All right, so we've got a pretty interesting stack of articles here all about AI and how it's shaking things up in software development. AI writing code, AI designing video games, even Joni Ives jumping into the AI ring. But let's start with the big question on everyone's mind. Is AI coming for our coding jobs?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And actually, that CodeSignal report you've got there, it gives us some pretty interesting clues. They actually benchmarked AI coding skills head-to-head against us, human engineers.
Okay, so robot versus human coder deathmatch. What'd they find out? Are the machines winning already?
Well, get this. There's this AI model called Strawberry, and it's already going toe-to-toe with, average human coders on specific coding tasks. And we're not talking about just like hello world here. This is real-world coding stuff.
Hold on. So we've got AI basically passing the coding interview now. What does that even mean for the future of like software development if machines are just cranking out code?
And that's where it gets even more interesting. See, CodeSignal found that while AI might be great at these specific tasks, they're not so hot when it comes to the bigger picture. The creative problem-solving, elegant design solutions, the stuff that like top-tier engineers are known for, that's where AI stumbles.
So like that really efficient intern who can power through a task list but maybe misses the nuances or the need for like a more creative approach.
Exactly. And that's actually the perfect segue to that article you have about EA using AI for game design. They're talking about using AI to build entire open-world games.
Yeah, that one blew my mind a little bit. Imagine just feeding an AI a game concept and boom, it spits out a world, characters, quests, the whole 9 yards. It's exciting, but also kind of, makes you think.
For sure. And if we circle back to that CodeSignal report, it makes you wonder, can AI really nail the creative heavy lifting of, say, game design? Can it capture that magic that makes a game world come alive? You know what I mean? Or does that still require like a human touch?
That's the question, isn't it? It really makes you think about that YouTube transcript you sent over about Agent Zero.
Oh, yeah.
It's an AI coding assistant, right?
Right.
And it seems to be more about like enhancing human capabilities, not replacing them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how all these new AI tools are all about like, integrating and collaborating.
Yeah.
Agent Zero is a perfect example. It's like having, I don't know, imagine a superpowered coding buddy.
Okay.
Right there in your IDE.
I like it.
Helping you write code.
Right.
Debug those, like, those errors that make you want to pull your hair out.
Oh, yeah.
Even like, when you need that YouTube tutorial.
Yes.
But you're too lazy to go search for it, it'll pull it up for you.
Okay, that's next level. That's like GitHub Copilot, but like on steroids.
Exactly.
So maybe instead of worrying about robots stealing our jobs, we should be thinking about how can we use these tools to become even better engineers.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And it's all about adapting, right? Evolving with the technology. Think about it this way. Instead of spending hours, grinding away at boilerplate code, what if you could offload that to your AI assistant? And then that frees you up to focus on, the really creative stuff.
Fun stuff.
The really complex problems that, that really require like human ingenuity.
Yeah, you're basically painting this picture of the future where it's not human versus machine, it's human with machine.
Exactly, yeah.
Working together.
Playing to our strengths, exactly.
But is there a world where we, we're working so closely with these AIs? Does that make us less sharp? You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like if they're doing the heavy lifting, are coding muscles gonna like atrophy?
Yeah, I think you highlight a really key point there, which is the skills that are going to be most valuable moving forward in this world where AI is, becoming more prominent. It's not necessarily just going to be about like raw coding ability. It's going to be about, can you problem solve?
Yeah.
Can you think critically? Exactly. Can you adapt to new tools, new technologies?
Yeah.
And those are inherently human skills. Those aren't things that AI can just replicate.
And it makes me think about, that article about Joni Ive?
Oh, yeah.
Starting an AI device company?
Interesting.
This is the guy who designed, like, the iPod, the iPhone.
Yeah, the iPod.
Some of the most, like, iconic tech products ever.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he's going all in on AI.
Which, that says something, right?
Yeah.
It really speaks to the transformative potential of this technology.
Yeah.
We really are just at the, at the beginning of this whole AI revolution, and who knows what's going to come out of it as humans and AI kind of continue to learn from each other.
Yeah.
To inspire each other.
Right.
But, obviously with great power comes great responsibility.
Of course, yeah.
And that actually brings us to your last article, the one about 3 Mile Island.
Yeah, it's kind of wild when you think about it.
It is.
We're talking about, AI that can write code, design these crazy complex virtual worlds, and then you've got Microsoft, like, dusting off a nuclear power plant to keep the whole thing running. It's like, talk about your energy demands, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that 3 Mile Island article, I think, it's a really good reminder that, this isn't just like this abstract concept.
Yeah.
AI is very much tied to,
the real world.
Real world infrastructure,
Right.
real world resource consumption.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the data centers that power these AI models, they use a crazy amount of energy.
Yeah.
And, as AI just becomes more powerful, more prevalent,
Right.
those demands are just going to go up.
So it's not just about the code, it's about the whole, the whole system around it.
The whole ecosystem, exactly.
And it makes you think, what does this mean for sustainability long term? Can we power this AI revolution responsibly? Or are we all going to be like melting glaciers with our Python scripts?
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. It's a huge question.
Sure.
Right? And I think it's why there's so much emphasis on innovation in things like, renewable energy efficient computing, all that.
Right.
Because if we really want to, unlock the full potential of AI,
Mm-hmm.
but also make sure we have a planet, in 50 years,
Still have the planet.
we've got to figure out how to power these technologies responsibly.
It's like we're standing at this really interesting crossroads, right? Where on one hand you have this incredible potential of AI to revolutionize industries, maybe solve some of our biggest problems.
For sure.
But then on the other hand, you have to balance that with the very real consequences of, the energy it needs, the resources it takes.
The unintended consequences, for sure.
Yeah, it's a balancing act.
It is.
But I think it speaks to for anyone listening who's in software engineering, it's not just about learning the latest AI coding tool. It's about understanding the bigger picture, the ethical side of it.
Absolutely.
The fact that, we all have a role to play in making sure this technology is used responsibly.
Yeah, well said. Well said. The future of software engineering is tied to the future of AI.
Mm-hmm.
And that future is being written right now.
It is, yeah. Well, this has been a heck of a deep dive.
It has been fun.
From AI coding challenges to video games and even, nuclear power plants. We really covered it all today. But I think the big takeaway here is that AI, it's not some predetermined future, right? We're all shaping it every day with the choices we make, the code we write, the questions we ask.
Couldn't agree more.
So stay curious out there, keep learning, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one writing the next chapter in the AI story.